So hello everyone and welcome back to where? Essaar Creatives, of course, as you all know, right? So today, what shall we make? Think. What do you want to make? What? That's the question. So let me answer it for you. Otherwise, you'll be going to YouTube and searching for another video. So instead of that, let's get here. So today we'll be making, let me show you. Let me like these cute little bags, like these, right? They look so pretty. And let me show you another one. That's my favorite. Right? This, and this. With googly eyes, and it's watching you regularly. Right? So today we'll be making these cute little bags. And so let's get the view from Mr. Pops without any delay. So Mr. Pops, are you ready? You are, right? Because you are going to be shown. So let's go from the Mr. Pop. So bye-bye from front camera. Okay, so hello everyone. So as you can see, this is the view from Mr. Pop. So as you can see, today we'll be making these cute little bags. Right, one with googly eyed. This one is a flower, and this one is a favorite of mine, that is with a sunflower. Right, so today we are making these, but only one of them, right? The others you can try on your own as per the materials and the things you have, right? So today, now let's learn what things we require for creating this amazing cute little paper bags, of course, right? We require a scissor, a plastic scale, or maybe you require a steel ruler instead, and a Fevicol, a paper tape. Maybe you can even use a Fevicol instead of that paper tape. I prefer using a Fevicol instead of a paper tape, right? So you can even use a blade instead of scissor, because blade will help you cut the paper more neatly than the scissors. And also, if you are a kid, then I recommend you, if you want to use a blade, then do tell your parents and tell them to cut instead, right? So the main thing we require, I forgot to tell that, we require these origami 6 by 6 inches. If you are having an A4 sheet, just cut 6 by 6 inch, right? So today my favorite color blue is there, and the most important thing, we require these lace like structures, right? We we use lace, right? A rope sort of thing in our pajamas and other things. Like if it comes out, then you can use those. But if you are already having these ropes, like thin rope, not a thick one, just thin rope, little short, not a long one. Now why we require those? We require those for these handles to hold the bag, of course, right? So the main thing is origami. My favorite color blue is there today. So let's start with it without wasting any time, right? So first of all, take your plastic scale. I'll just move aside a little things. Oh, and the main thing I forgot is the decoration items. So let's start it. First of all, from your 6 by 6 inch origami, or just a square shaped origami, right? Just cut 5 centimeters of that. Like, I'll use a black pen. Like over here, I can just mark a 5 centimeter, and after this, like this, a straight scale. If you want to use a blade, then just get some consult or take help from your parents, of course, right? You can take help from your parents and tell them to cut instead, because blades can be dangerous. Just cut it like this, make a slit with the blade, and don't forget to close the blade after using, otherwise it can harm you. You will get like this. You can even use a scissor to cut it, but a blade would be most helpful. You can use, I would prefer you to use a scissor. It would be very great, good for you yourself, right? Like this. After this, what we need to do is we have to keep this piece of paper, the smaller one, aside. And then now let's come to the main task. Just fold it from the bottom to the top, like this. Crease it properly, and after that again with the help of scales, but if you are using a blade, I am also going to get a sheet of something to cut upon, right? Yes, I got something, maybe like a cardboard it is, right? It was like this, right? So it will be like this. I'll be using this as my base, because if you are not using, like the first time I didn't use, so I got a scratch on my table, so that I don't want, and hence I am using a base. Like again the blade, start cutting the line which you have made. This you'll get, right? Now there is no blade work, so I'll just remove the base which I was using. Okay, so now let's get to the main task. In using a scale, just measure 0.5 centimeter like this, and don't you think that we are going to cut it, because we are going to fold it instead. Now comes the work for the steel ruler to come in. I'll be doing it like this, and then I'll be grabbing the piece and then fold it like this with the help of the ruler. Yes, so I have folded 0.5 centimeter in both the papers. I'll just show you a little closer, like this. Right now comes the main task. Use your Fevicol right now, not the paper tape. Paper tape will be used afterwards. Like this, put a thin layer of Fevicol. Now take the other piece, and instead of sticking the folded flap over here, stick the plain flap over here, like I'm doing. Stick it properly, because this will make the base of the paper bag, and we know that base is the most important. After this, open it like this, and you'll see such a thing in between. And again on the folded flap, put glue. A thin layer of glue will make it dry faster, and stick the other plain flap again on it. So we are getting like a pocket like structure without a closing. Now we want a closing, right? Over here it's closed, right? So just crease it once again, and take one of the sides like this one, and using the ruler measure 3 centimeter, and again we are going to fold it instead of cutting it, right? So again I'm using my steel ruler, because that helps me the best in creasing, and that's the most useful thing to me. Like this, I got a line, and which I'm going to fold it backwards. At that time, with the help of ruler, I folded inwards. Now I'll do it backwards, like in opposite direction. After this, I'll get like a line that is puffing out, right? After that, what do we need to do? Right? Now, we can see two flaps like this. Just pull one and you'll get this. Take the folded part that was puffing up and touch it to the base on which you are working. That is my desk. Then like just press it and press the left part, other part also, by making a crease at the top. What I did was, I'm getting a box like structure after that, by the way, right? Like this. Now what to do? Take one of the two like lines which we get and try to connect them together by folding the middle part inside like this, and we get this, right? Crease it once again and we get this, right? After this, undo the thing which you did just now, that is, you folded it, unfold it like this, and instead of folding it inwards, bring it outwards and crease it on the same line, right? After this, now what to do? We want like this, inwards it goes, right, in a bag. So for that, like this, and then don't fold it like to the top, just leave a little amount of space, right? A little amount of space, right? Now what to do? We have to take one corner and fold it like this. Second corner, fold it like this. After this, open them and you'll get like this. After this, undo the step also of opening and closing. Then you know that we are getting two flaps like this. Take one flap and keep your finger, if you are feeling it difficult, just keep your finger on the bottom one and then try to bring your flap to this flap. We will take this corner, just take it and match it to this line and then crease. The same for the other. This, I'll just tell you a simple step. You have to take the bottom flap, bring it a little above the line which we see. A little above, not fully above, otherwise it will touch the other flap and that's not what we want. Take the upper flap and try to cover the extra part of this, the first flap, and just crease it. After this, what we need to do? We need to take this flap, fold it aroundingly, how much it will fold on its own if you give it a little step to do that. You will get like this. Open all of it, not all of it, but just the flaps which you folded right now. After this, take the Fevicol. Time for Fevicol. Only in these parts, or I'll just mark those like this and this, which I've already done. This, this and this, right? And then fold it back all again. No need to fold it back again like this. Okay, don't do that. You can see it like this. Just open it from the top, and here our base is ready. Right? Base is ready. Now we need these handles, right? And we want them lifelong, right? So take the flap that we had kept aside in this. First of all, take and then fold it into a half. After this, make the first flap like this one nearer to this, near to the end of the fold of the previous one. Crease it. You will get somewhat like this. Z with a long tail. Now comes the turn for blade. So I'm keeping my base already over there. Now, how do we cut it? So I just get like this. Okay, now here we can see two lines. After turning it, right? We see two lines. Just cut above or cut on them. You will get two rectangles. So we got three rectangles, two of the equal size and one of a different size, right? Keep the different size up like side, like that, and then with these two rectangles that are of the same size, just fold them, take it and fold it like this into a half. Just get the half of it, but remember not to crease it like this, because that will produce a small rectangle, but that's not what we require. The same goes for this. Open them, take your tool like rope or lace, and then it's dancing on its own, right? Just take one of them and only on the one half put Fevicol. Yes, take the rope and stick it. Yes, that's enough. After this, just take the other half and stick it above the first half on which you glued, I said. So now, what is the use of these, Ridhi? Tell that, not other things. Okay, I'm telling. Over here, our bag was ready, full set, but we require these handles, right? So for that, just put some glue over here and then stick it over this flap. Like this, you have to stick. So let me stick, you also stick, right? So I stick these like this. As you can see, we can hold on them, and by the way, you can stick these with the help of glue, that is a Fevicol. Let me show you. Yes, you can use a Fevicol or you can use a paper tape over here. Okay, like it's your wish. If paper tape is available at your house, then use that. Otherwise, I would recommend Fevicol. That will stick forever, right? So we can use any Fevicol or cello or paper tape. So now comes the time for decoration, right? So we can stick a fish over here, maybe this or maybe this or maybe that. But in the starting, as I had said, that I'll be using this today. Yes, I'll stick this. Yes, so today we created these very cute bags which you can use for gifting or even for keeping some things. So welcome back from the front camera, and today we created these very cute little, what we say them, paper bags, of course, right? And these look really cute. And I would recommend you to really try the one with googly eyes, because it makes you feel that someone is watching you, right? If it's kept near you, of course. Do tell me which one you created and which is your favorite, just like this, and this is my favorite, right? Do tell me that, and Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe the channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.